Back in September 2017, after church one Sunday, Luigi's wife's family invited me to lunch. They were persistent, asking 3 times, despite my polite refusals. Each time, I politely declined their offer, explaining that Luigi had told me to say no because, according to him, I wasn't considered part of their family. It was a hurtful thing to say, but I respected my brother's wishes. However, the family didn't seem to understand or accept my reasons. Finally, I gave in when one of the aunts said, "We are your family." Her words struck a chord with me, making me feel guilty for refusing their invitation. I thought maybe Luigi had been wrong, and I was trying to bridge a gap that didn't need to exist. I went with them to lunch, hoping it would be a pleasant experience and perhaps a step towards feeling more included in the family. When Luigi found out about the lunch, he was furious. Just an hour after I got back from lunch, he confronted me angrily. He was upset that I had disobeyed him, and without any further discussion, he kicked me out of his house. I had been living there for 3 weeks, paying rent 5 months in advance, thinking it was a stable situation while I attended school. His reaction left me stunned and heartbroken. Suddenly, I was homeless. I had no more money, and the security I thought I had was ripped away. For the next 5 months, I lived in my car, struggling to make ends meet and save enough money to rent an apartment. It was one of the toughest periods of my life, filled with uncertainty and fear about the future. The real blow came later. A member of Luigi's wife's family, specifically from a branch that didn't like her, told me an unimaginable lie. They claimed that I had inappropriately touched Luigi's child. Hearing this accusation felt like a knife through my heart. I was devastated and in complete shock. I had never been accused of something so vile in my entire life. The thought that someone could believe such a thing about me, let alone spread it, was beyond comprehension. I cried. The accusation was not just an attack on my character, but a threat to my entire existence. Such allegations could have landed me in prison for years, completely destroying my life. My ex-wife, who knew me well, couldn't believe the accusation either. She supported me, insisting it was a blatant lie, which gave me some solace amidst the turmoil. Given the severity of the false allegation, I decided to cut off all contact with Luigi. I couldn't bear the thought of speaking to him or being anywhere near him. For 6 long years, I refused to have any communication with him. The accusation haunted me daily, and the fear of what could have happened if it had been believed by more people was overwhelming. As of September 2023, I still haven't spoken to Luigi. But then, my cousin reached out to me with surprising news. Luigi was interested in talking and maybe even apologizing. My cousin's words stirred a mix of emotions in me. Part of me longed for reconciliation, while another part was deeply skeptical and hurt. Encouraged by Reddit stories about missed opportunities and the potential for healing, I decided to give it one last shot. I unblocked Luigi and reached out to him. We began texting, trying to navigate the awkwardness of our estranged relationship. It was a slow and hesitant process, filled with uncertainty. At one point, I mustered the courage to confront him directly. I told him that what he did was unacceptable and that I wanted an apology for the lie he had spread about his son. His response left me feeling even more conflicted. He said, "I want a brother," and then added, "You've done a bunch of bad things in my life too." His words felt like a punch to the gut. Instead of the apology I was hoping for, he deflected and brought up past grievances. This exchange made me realize that the animosity between us had deep roots. Our relationship had been strained for years, starting from childhood jealousy and envy. These feelings had only grown over time, culminating in the events of 2017. The situation became particularly tense in 2011 when I told my family that I was no longer a Mormon. My family's reaction was harsh and judgmental. They were supposed to embody the ideals of their faith, but their actions toward me felt hypocritical and hurtful. Leaving the Mormon faith was a significant turning point in my life. It was a decision that brought me a sense of personal freedom, but also created a rift within my family. They couldn't understand my choice, and their disappointment was palpable. Luigi, in particular, seemed to take it as a personal betrayal. Our relationship, already fraught with tension, became even more strained. Looking back, I can see that I'm not proud of everything from my past with Luigi. We both made mistakes and hurt each other in various ways. But the lie about me inappropriately touching his child was a different level of betrayal. It wasn't just a petty squabble or a childhood rivalry. It was something that could have destroyed my life completely. It ruined friendships and my standing within our community, leaving me isolated and mistrusted. So here I am, years later, still grappling with the fallout of that lie. I unblocked Luigi and tried to mend things, but his refusal to apologize leaves me questioning if there's any hope for reconciliation. I lost so much because of that lie, and it feels like I'm the only one suffering the consequences. The damage done to my reputation and relationships is something I'm still trying to heal from. Am I the asshole for blocking my twin brother after what he did? I don't think I'm the asshole because I had to protect myself from a devastating lie that could have ruined my entire life.